I can't explain it because I was the one who went.
Larry, 2 days before the guy's killed, and either one or both of you gone to see him. Both of you are telling us you've been there.
Yeah.
But she says she went alone and you say you went alone. Doesn't make any sense.
Sure. I'm a son of a bitch, but I'm no killer. But I'm a son of a bitch.
This is Jim Hewden. A married millionaire musician talked into murder by his lover, who's one of the most manipulative masterminds of murder police have ever encountered. The real-life murder mystery begins on December 26, 2003, when police on Whidbey Island, Washington discover 32-year-old Russel Douglas shot to death inside his SUV on a remote dead-end road. He still has money in his pocket and his vehicle is untouched, telling investigators they're not dealing with a robbery gone wrong. This homicide is personal. As detectives dig into Russel's life, they discover he had a troubled relationship with his ex-wife Brenna. She's confirmed to have been out of town at the time of the murder, but investigators discover that in the days leading up to his death, Russel had gotten a number of calls from Brenna's close friend, former beauty queen Peggy Sue Thomas. Peggy Sue claims that she was just trying to deliver a Christmas gift to Russel, but police aren't convinced. They dig deeper into her life, discovering that she'd been having a secret affair with Jim Hewden, who had been on Whidbey Island at the time of the murder. With Jim now a prime suspect, investigators go to conduct a formal police interrogation with him. To solve the case, detectives will have to unravel a twisted true crime story of fatal attraction, a killer couple, and two millionaires who think they can get away with anything, even murder.
Jim, right?
Yes.
Can I get you some water or something?
Do you have any coffee?
No, I don't have any done.
No biggie.
No water?
Let some heat.
I wish we had that in here sometimes, believe me.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. We're just waiting on the other guys to get back. I'm just kind of hanging out with you, okay?
Thanks.
You come into the office, get coffee or whatever.
Great.
Let
Mr.
me
Hewden,
know.
would you like a cup of coffee?
You know what I'd like? Time for a smoke. Do I have that? Or it's okay. If you guys are ready to get going, I am too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I grab a cup?
Oh, no.
Did you want a cup?
Yes, please.
Cream?
Black.
It's black, regular black coffee? Okay.
Anything warm.
Anything warm? Okay. Oh, okay. All right, they're brewing it right now, so it'll be just a couple of minutes here. Okay. You know, you get that kind of rain in Washington, but it comes over the course of an entire day. You know that
Yes.
much. We don't get it all in 1 minute.
That's right.
You wait for the coffee, sir?
Did you,
I'm gonna go ahead and put the tape in. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Did you guys hang out the house a little bit after we left?
I wanted to explain to you. Your wife obviously was curious about what was going on.
Absolutely.
I
I
couldn't
just
just leave
wondered
her
how
hanging.
she's doing. Yeah, I appreciate that.
She's actually doing okay.
Okay.
So, and I told her that, you know, we'll keep her updated. We'll let her know what's going on.
Okay.
She said she appreciated that. Oh, soaked. Oh, okay. They've got everything right here for them. So.
Should brought a jacket.
You're sweating. You're cold.
You guys are still warm?
Okay. I'm going to assume that's recording now. My name is Detective Mark A. Plumberg with the Island County Sheriff's Office. The date is August the 4th, 2004. It's 17:09 or 5:09 p.m. We're at the Punta Gorda Police Station. Also present in the room is Commander Mike Beach of the Island County Sheriff's Office and James Hewden. Mr. Hewden, would you mind for the tape recording just stating your full name, date of birth?
James Edward Hewden, August 26, 1953.
Okay. We were already talking with you at your house about this. I read your constitutional rights to you at the house, and you
Yes.
agreed to come down to the police station and speak with us.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and just, because we're doing a tape recording, you understand this is being taped?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just advise you of your rights again. You have the right to remain silent.
Police read Jim his Miranda rights.
In a court of law. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Okay, with these rights in mind, will you talk to us now?
Yes.
Give us a tape statement? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. We've discussed some issues at the house, and while we're on tape, I just want to go back over some issues that seemed kind of critical to me while we were talking. first off, would you tell us again how you and Peggy got to Washington from Las Vegas? Can you tell us where you started and how you got here and how Peggy got here? Just run back over that with me.
I left Florida in May or June of late May or early June of 2003. I drove to Las Vegas, met Peggy. She flew down to Dallas, and I picked her up at the Dallas airport. Drove to Vegas, stayed there while she was house hunting a few days. Flew up to Seattle and stayed on Whidbey Island from I guess that would still be in June 2003. Left the island late July 2003 with a truckload of furniture and moved into a home in Henderson, Nevada. I believe that was the 1st of August. I stayed there with her until early 2004 and came back here to Florida, and I'm still here.
Okay. Specifically when we talked about Christmas time, you remember I asked you about Christmas time of
Yes.
last year? Can you tell us about the travel bid
Yes.
for you and Peggy?
Absolutely. I still can't clear up the dates specifically for you, but I believe I left Las Vegas on a Monday or Tuesday, the week before Christmas. Drove to Seattle and stayed with a friend there overnight. That would be Wednesday night. And this is all based on the fact I think that Peggy and the girls landed on Thursday. They may have landed on Wednesday and I may be off a day. But next day picked Peggy and the girls up at the airport in the evening. Peggy and I stayed at a hotel in Linwood, I believe, 196 off of I-5. The first night, went up to Whidbey Island and stayed at a friend's house from that, the next day, Friday, until Monday or Tuesday of the following week. After Peggy got off work, either that Monday or Tuesday, we drove into Seattle and stayed at an airport hotel, a nice airport hotel, a couple of blocks behind the 13 Coins, but down by the airport, and left Seattle the day after Christmas.
For the tape, Detective Plumberg just stepped out for a moment to answer the phone. According to my watch, it's 16 hours. Where were we, Jim, now? You stayed... What was that last sentence? Review it for me, if you would.
Stayed in the motel that I don't recall the name of until the day after Christmas. And go ahead.
You guys flew out from there? Oh, you all...
No, I had the car. Peggy flew up and rode back with me.
Okay. 17, if Detective Plumberg's back in the room.
I'm sorry, Mr. Huden, I had to take that call.
Not a problem.
We were just at the point where He stayed at the hotel by the 13 coins and left the day after Christmas to drive back to Vegas.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I covered this because we covered it at the house. I want to make sure I have it right. You drove up here from Vegas
Correct.
in which car?
The Lexus.
And that belongs to
Peggy.
Peggy. Okay. And Peggy flew up with her 2 kids?
Yes.
And then you stayed at the hotel, a nice hotel down by the airport, somewhere around 13 coins, a couple of blocks off 99. And then go ahead from there. I'm sorry.
No, that's the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stayed up in the one by Linwood there, 196, I believe it's on, near the freeway. That night, moved up to the island the next day, which I believe would have been Friday. Stayed at my friend's house. Left there Monday or Tuesday. That's when we got the hotel down by the 13 coins behind it. And then we left the day after Christmas.
Okay. In the time of day that you left?
Morning. I don't recall exactly what time it is.
In the morning?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure to get the names right. At the house, you told me when you got here, the first night you stayed with a friend, and his name was what?
Oh, when I got here,
When you first
when I
got
got here by myself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I stayed at my friend's house, Ron Young.
Ron Young?
Yes.
Okay. And then the friend on the island, his name?
Dick Deposit.
Dick Deposit, okay. And he stays at the Useless Bay colony. Useless Bay somewhere.
That's, that's his recreational house, I guess.
Okay. While you were on the island, did you have any interaction at all with Russell Douglas?
No.
No interaction whatsoever with Russell
No.
Douglas? Okay. While you were up there in the Northwest anywhere, did you interact with Russ Douglas while you were in the Seattle area?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me about that?
Yes. The night, and here again, it's that Monday or Tuesday thing. The last night Peggy worked, we drove back to Seattle to get the hotel room. I believe there was a couple of calls back and forth, trying to get connected up with Russell. I can't remember that, but that's what I'm recalling right now.
And who made those calls?
They, I think, traded turns.
Who's they?
Russell and Peggy.
Russell and Peggy called each other? Okay.
Trying to hook up, I think. And with the purpose of Peggy getting a present to Douglas Russell to get to Brenna for Christmas by surprise. We got to the hotel room. I volunteered to take the present over and did so that evening. It's either Monday or Tuesday evening. And that's my interaction with him was, "Are you Brenna's husband?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "This is for you." And he apparently knew what I was doing, and then that was it.
So he knew you were coming with the present?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't, based on that point of contention that you brought up, I can't say for sure that he knew who was going to bring it. He just knew it was going to be there.
What was the present that Peggy got?
It was just wrapped.
Brenna? You don't know what Peggy bought for Brenna, or didn't discuss it with her?
Yeah, it appeared to be cream and bath stuff.
Now you told me at the house that you drove over and parked right in front of his apartment
Yes.
in Renton.
Yes.
Okay. And you were in Peggy's car at that time?
Yes.
The Lexus? Okay. And where was Peggy while you were delivering the present?
She was at the motel.
The motel?
Hotel.
And that's the one in...
That's behind the 13 coins.
Behind the 13 coins down by the airport. Okay. So you drove up from the airport hotel to come and bring the present to Russ up at his apartment in Renton?
Yes.
Okay. And you said, earlier you said that you took it for Peggy just to be a nice guy because she was beat.
That's true.
What had she been doing?
Been on her feet all day.
Doing what?
Cutting hair.
Cutting hair?
Yes.
Okay. Now you told me that when you guys left the island, she didn't cut hair anymore.
That's right.
That was the last day she cut hair.
No, I don't think I said that because that would be inaccurate. Several of her customers were willing to make appointments with her during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays for her to come back and do their hair for the holiday.
Right.
So she worked that time, but that so far has been the last time.
But you told me that the day you guys left the island and went to that hotel was the last day that Peggy cut hair.
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about when we were living up there.
Okay. So, excuse me just a second. I'm sorry. I gotta take this call again.
Do you want some coffee, Jim?
I would love some.
Officer ducked in and told me the coffee was ready, so I'll just leave the tape running and grab that coffee. I'll leave the door open. You want anything in it?
No, just black, please.
Black coffee, coming right up. There's some black stuff.
Terrific. Thank you.
Grab a little bit for me. Oh, these guys are treating us okay.
Nice town to be in.
Want some cream and sugar in the coffee? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a cheese Danish. Like I said earlier, we've got detectives in Vegas right now working on talking to Peggy, so we're...
I apologize again, Mr. Huden. I hate to keep running out of the room on you. Yeah, we were talking about that you told me that you guys left the island and went to the hotel on the last day that Peggy cut hair.
That's correct.
Okay, and then you delivered the present to Russ at his apartment on a day when Peggy was exhausted from cutting hair.
That was that same night.
That was the same night?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what gave you the feeling that the present consisted of body creams and soaps and stuff like that? Early at your house, you called it girly stuff. What? How'd you know
I
that?
saw it before it was wrapped.
Did you? Okay. And what was the reason again? You said that there was a specific reason why Peggy wanted it delivered after hours. What was that reason again?
Well, she and Brenna apparently had made a pact not to exchange Christmas gifts. And Peggy knew if she gave her one at work that Brenna wouldn't let her leave without going out and get her one if she hadn't done one already. And so she got one and had Russ take it up. That I think he was leaving that night. The night I dropped it off.
Okay. And when you met Russ and dropped the present off with him, what was the interaction between you guys?
It was, "Are you Brenna's husband?" And he said, "Yes." I says, "Here's your gift." And that was it, or something to that effect. It was about that long.
Okay. Had you ever met before that?
No.
Did he know about you?
I don't know. If Brenna and Peggy talk about everything, then he probably knew of me. Yes.
I mean, it just seems odd if he was talking on the phone all this time to Peggy, and a guy that he doesn't know and doesn't associate with Peggy shows up, and he didn't even ask who you were. That seems a little out of sorts to me.
Yeah.
He just took you didn't say, "Hi, I'm Peggy's friend. I'm Peggy's boyfriend." You just said, "Are you Brenna's husband? Here's the present."
Just wanted to make sure he was the right guy. Yeah.
Okay.
You know where Peggy bought that present by any chance? Were you with her?
No. Somewhere on the island.
I don't know if I asked you this. Did Peggy call Brenna that night between those phone calls where she was talking to Russ?
I don't know.
Were you with Peggy while she was talking to Brenna back and forth about making the delivery?
I'm not following.
When Peggy, or I'm sorry,
You're talking about Russ.
when Peggy and I'm
Yes.
sorry, yeah, when
We
Peggy
were in
and
the
Russ
car.
were talking, you were together. You heard the conversations.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you guys left the island that day and went down to this hotel by the airport, what time did you get to the hotel by the airport?
I know, I was going to say it's dark, but I know in December that's most of the time. I think I said before 7 and 10, and then that's probably about as close as I'm going to get. No, it had to be like between 7 and 9. Because I believe, if I'm recalling this correctly, something about 10 o'clock, he was taken off at 10 o'clock. Man, I'm trying to pick this one out of the cobwebs. Something about 10 o'clock and him made it imperative that that present be there before he takes off. And we had to check in and wrap the present and go through holiday traffic to get there. And I don't recall what time we got off the island, but I'm going to say between 7 and 9.
Okay. And you, when you drove to deliver the present, you told me that Peggy was not with you. Is that correct?
That's right.
Where was Peggy?
At the hotel room.
At the hotel room?
Right.
Okay. Now, at that point, her 2 children, were they with you or not?
No, they were with their dad.
With their dad, okay.
The hotel was paid for, from what you can recall, with Peggy's credit card?
Yes.
I think you thought it might be the Radisson, possibly.
That sounds right, but I can't swear to. They got a conference center there. What's another one that starts with an H?
Hilton?
Could be a Hilton.
They're all right in that.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
Hilton, the
2 mile
Holiday Inn, the whole there.
Yeah, it wasn't a Holiday Inn.
Now, when you guys left the hotel in the Alderwood Mill Creek area and came up to the island,
Yes.
you thought that was maybe a Friday, Saturday?
It was the day after Peggy and the kids flew in, which would make it either Thursday or Friday, I think.
Okay. And what was she doing up there on the island?
Cutting hair
Cutting hair?
Mhm.
Where was she cutting hair?
at Brenna's place.
At Brenna's salon.
Right.
Do you know the name of the salon?
Yes. Just be.
Just B. And you told me earlier, I think you think she had some appointments for haircuts on Friday, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and this is the Friday before Christmas.
Correct.
And run over with me again the days that you think she probably had haircut appointments.
Saturday. That Friday. Assuming that's Friday we got up there. And the more we're talking about this, I'm pretty sure that is the day.
Okay.
Saturday, Monday, and maybe Tuesday. The Tuesday before Christmas.
Now, you guys stayed on the island with, or not with, but at Dick Deposit's house.
Correct.
There by Useless Bay.
Yes.
And you guys didn't get together with Brenna as far as a social occasion.
Correct.
But you mentioned to me, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, I think you mentioned to me that there had been a couple of attempts, is that right?
That's my recollection, yeah.
Okay.
I know we were busy, and I just seem to think there was a night when we thought we were going to be able to go out and something happened and we didn't. But I could be mixing that up with Thanksgiving.
What was the reason for Peggy working those days?
Well, she had a real loyal clientele, and they basically paid for the trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, when we talked earlier, we talked about a few issues, one of which was, that in fact, the question came from you was, is Peggy angry enough at me to implicate me in this issue, in Russell's death? And I asked you, well, why would she be that angry? Can you explain kind of what's going on with you and Peggy and why she's angry?
Well, sure. I'm a son of a bitch, but I'm no killer. But I'm a son of a bitch. When I left here to be with her, I had every intention of filing for divorce. And I didn't. And I made Peggy believe that my ex-wife was my wife was part of my past, and that we had a future together. And when we got home from Christmas, I explained to her I had to come back here and wrap up some loose ends. And excuse me. And when I got back, my wife's mom was dying, and the IRS had put a lien on the business because the goddamn secretaries didn't make a deposit, didn't say anything about it. Her number one employee, who took the most load off of her, she's and I don't say this with any doubt that she's the finest computer technician as far as like tying businesses and stuff together, the stuff that's kind of high-end stuff. The guy who took the most load off of her in that regard, in addition to running the business, quit. And here I was just going to say, here's your divorce papers. I could do it. And Peggy, of course, was expecting me to come back, and I'm still here. And your timing is just amazing to me, because somebody asked me what day I was planning to leave, and actually I had one more thing to do to help my wife tomorrow, and I was planning on leaving. But I can't leave her like this. I'm sure she's even more scared than me. This is quite a frightening experience.
What is it that you're scared of?
That you guys are here. Oh, jeez. You don't just show up on somebody's doorstep without some idea what you're doing.
That's true. We've explained that part to you.
Yeah.
We don't come across the country for nothing.
I wish the sheriff was that liberal and we could have made that trip to,
Huh?
what was that one? Thailand, where we had that?
Yeah. And I guess that's, and we talked about that afterwards. You explained to me already kind of why Peggy was upset with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, of all the people that could have come to your mind to ask me about, that was the question you asked. Is Peggy upset enough with me to implicate me in this crime?
I did say that. And I also went on to tell you, I don't believe it for a minute that she would, but I'm just looking for a reason why I'm in this, in her name and Brenna's name. Somebody's doing it.
Who else do you think would be? And we've talked about this already, but have you come up with any other names? You mentioned that your current wife's pretty upset with you.
Yeah, she'd never do that. And I've said the same thing about Peggy.
Tell me again what's your relationship with Brenna?
Just friend of Peggy's. That's it. It's mostly a telephone relationship they have, and I'm kind of just the guy in the room,
Okay.
hearing one end of the conversation. Or I was.
You mentioned earlier that you had heard about what happened to Russ.
Yes.
What was your source of information about Russ?
We were in Vegas, and Peggy's mom called and said, I guess it was in the newspaper.
Did she know who Russ was? Peggy's mom?
I don't know that. I assume so.
What's drive time from Whitby to Vegas? I've never driven it.
About 20 hours.
Really? Yeah. Thought it was longer than that.
Oh, no, excuse me. It's about 14 hours.
14 hours.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not bad.
No, I'm lying. It is 20. It's about 1,400 miles.
Depends how you drive, I guess.
Yeah, pick your time.
And what you're driving.
When Peggy's mom called, did she talk to you about Russ or Peggy?
No, Dr. Peggy.
What did Peggy tell you after she got off the phone with her mom?
She sat there, as I recall, just kind of like something had hit. You could tell something was hit. And asked her what the deal was, and she said, that was Mom. Brenna's husband been killed.
How did Peggy seem to handle that? I mean, you said it looked like she'd been hit, but I mean, was it?
Oh, big shock. I would equate it to my wife being told I was leaving. That kind of impact. She and Brenna are close. You know, I think they have more phone time than anybody.
Did she immediately hang up and call Brenna?
You know, she asked what to do, and this has always been, I did this with my best friend and Peggy's sister, Sue, when he got killed. You know, everybody in the world's calling and coming over, and I said, you know, she'll understand. Just don't be another phone call right now, because it ain't gonna help.
Do you know, did she heed that advice, or did she go ahead and call Brenna?
She did that day, and I think a short while, eventually, she called. I don't really recall.
But she called Brenna that day?
No.
She didn't?
Did not call that day.
Okay.
She heeded my advice that day.
Okay.
You have any idea how long after that you guys got back to Vegas that call came in?
It wasn't a very long time. I don't really recall. 2, 3, 4 days. Could have been any of that.
Did Brenna call her? Did Brenna call Peggy?
Not to my knowledge.
Did she call on Friday or anything before you guys hit the road? I know you guys had all that much phone time together.
Were you asking me before we hit the road?
Yeah.
No, because we got out early. The day with that.
Yeah, Friday, the day you started back to Vegas. Did she call you guys at all, Brenna?
I don't remember.
And we talked before about, let me check my notes here. we talked before about Peggy's financial situation, and I gave that as, I wondered if that were part of the reason why she would be angry at you if you had left her in any financial difficulty. You said you're having some considerable financial problems.
Personally, yeah.
Personal problems, yeah, financially. But you also meant that your wife is in good shape.
Yes.
I'm not sure I understand that. Can you explain that to me? You're still married, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just talking, by way of thinking. I don't know if legally that makes sense or not. But after mother passed away, she and her brothers received an inheritance of substantial numbers, and I won't let her use it to pay off my stuff. We don't with the exception of the house, we all have our own accounts, and cards and stuff.
Okay. And you mentioned that you discussed with your wife the fact that you're leaving again.
Yeah.
How did she take that?
Oh, it's been quite painful for her. Yeah. She's a sweetheart.
Do you think she's taking the fact that you're here answering questions about a homicide?
That's what I'd like to know. I hope I get an opportunity to go back and be with her. I kind of wish somebody would have stayed with her, but I know.
You hope you get an opportunity to go back and be with her?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I haven't understood any of this so far, and I keep getting further away from home.
You mentioned that just apparently moments before we came, well, maybe not moments, I think you said, and again, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but about an hour and a half before we arrived at your house, you had been on the phone with Peggy. Is that right? You called her?
Correct. Yeah, I called her, and she was calling back.
Okay. And what was the topic of discussion on that with you and Peggy?
I had asked her, I have to give you a little background information here. In the course of my time being here, Peggy and my wife have been introduced to each other and have conversations about me, I guess. Jean had told me last night or the night before that Peggy had, the boyfriend, I guess, her dad had referred to him as his new son-in-law, or soon-to-be son-in-law, something to that effect, and more importantly that the youngest daughter had told Peggy that this guy was a lot nicer to her than I was. So I wanted to find out if that was the case, so that's why I called, and she hadn't heard her dad say that, and the proper phrasing from the younger daughter was that he takes care of her better than I did. That's what we talked about.
You told me that you had also tried to broach the issue with her of you going back to Vegas with her. Is that correct?
Back to Vegas to stay with Peggy.
Yeah.
That has been I have asked to come back and have another chance. She has been willing to go so far as to say she would do that, with no guarantees. It won't be welcomed with open arms, but and I wanted to clarify that one last time too. But our phone conversation was brief, and I didn't. I was gonna fish for some more reassurance, you know.
You alluded to the fact, like, she couldn't talk, or was it?
Yeah, I think she's with her boyfriend right now.
What's his name?
All I know is Angelo.
And I talked to you before about, give me some idea of why it is that the family would say that Angelo treats her better than you did.
Well, this gal's 10 years old, and this guy has, from what I understand, a hell of a lot more money to lavish than I do.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was in my next conversation, that's what I'll be asking. You know, from perceived by the eyes of a 10-year-old, is that because, you know, you guys gotta do this, and you buy this, and this, and this, or is it, because I was never bad to her, other than not having the balls to divorce my wife then. And in front of the kids, we're always good. Always good. I told you that was my first kids experience, and it was, it went from bewildering to pretty cool.
We talked before about, I mean, you told me that you're in a pretty bad financial situation. And you said that Peggy, you said, if your words, if I remember correctly, you said she's no worse off than when I got there. But what's Peggy's financial situation? Is she in some really hard times right now?
Well, I believe I recall her saying that she's rung up like 14,000 on her credit cards. Me, I'm probably double that, if not even slightly higher. But I don't let it bother me. You know, I've had money, I've had no money, and now I've spent somebody else's money, and it all feels about the same.
When you were in Vegas with her for those months, did you work?
No.
No work. Is that where you racked up the credit card
Some,
bills?
yeah.
What does she do in Vegas?
Drives limo.
It's paid pretty well. She's sporting around in a Lexus.
It's a 12-year-old Lexus, but I don't know if you've been in one. Those things are,
Yeah.
you'd never guess that it's that old. Bought that a long time ago, and she worked for it.
Now, when you drove from here, your house in Florida out to Vegas, what car did you take?
Took my Sebring.
The Sebring? Well, I already told you that that we're here because of implications of some people in this crime.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had asked you this before. I mean, you originally brought up Peggy as, you know, is Peggy mad enough at me to implicate me in this crime? But I wanted to cover with you again. Is there anybody else that's angry at you? Anybody else that, do you owe somebody, I mean, you said you're in debt. Do you owe somebody large amounts of money? Is there, and I'm not accusing you of anything, are there drugs involved? Or
No, just just not really giving a shit. That's why I bring them up. Yeah, and they're all, you know, I don't think Citibank's mad at me, and I don't think, I'm current with the payments.
I was giving it $28 a month or whatever to keep up in your
Oh, boy.
would you like a $50,000 limit?
Yeah, my next step will be one of those, combine the what do you call them?
Debt consolidation
There you go.
thing or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think brought us here, Jim? Any idea?
No, that's why I'm bewildered and guessing.
What do you think Peggy's reaction is going to be to my guys out there?
I'd be surprised if it's any different than mine.
I'm still kicking around why she would have told Detective Plumberg that she brought a gift to Russ's house that night.
I have no idea.
And she told you that?
Yeah, Peggy's statement to me was that she called Russ, that she met Russ at his apartment, and she even went so far as to describe for me the clothes that Russ was wearing when she met him. Never mentioned you once, and you're telling me she was back at the hotel room.
Yeah.
I just don't, man, I need to explain that one. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I can't explain it because I was the one who went.
Later, 2 days before the guy's killed, and either one or both of you gone to see him. Both of you are telling us you've been there.
Yeah.
But she says she went alone and you say you went alone. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I remember it. I remember it very clearly.
And are you sure that Peggy worked at the salon during that time?
Either dropped her off in the morning or she drove in. Either picked her up or she drove home. Had money in her and checks from her work, and if she was not there, that would be a surprise to me.
Wow, because she told me she never even got together with Brenna during the holidays. And it seems like she would have said, I worked at her salon.
I saw her 4 or 5 days in a row.
I mean,
Oh,
Right.
I'm sure.
yeah.
But she didn't even mention that.
Now tell me what I remember.
Would it surprise you to know that the phone calls that I had at the house and that I had from leaving this room were from detectives in Las Vegas serving a search warrant on her house? That wouldn't surprise you?
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
This shocking true crime story will continue in part 2, featuring Peggy Sue Thomas's police interview.